Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Kamala Harris campaign raises $310 million in July as presidential race is transformed. DNC chair says majority of delegates have voted to give Harris the Democratic nomination. Black Muslim group endorses Harris after its uncommitted stance on Biden. New ads calling Trump afraid to debate to follow him on campaign trail. U.S. Secret Service chief says local police not responsible for Trump shooting. Hunter Biden to be sentenced on November 13 after conviction on gun charges. U.S. sues TikTok alleging millions of child privacy violations. Venezuela opposition calls mass protests. Turkey blocks access to Instagram for failure to comply with laws. Children of spies only discovered they were Russian on the plane to Moscow, Kremlin says. US shown the door by Morocco exits in quarterfinals of Olympic soccer. And tennis, Djokovic beats Musetti to set up Alcaraz final. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Kamala Harris's campaign announced on Friday that it raised $310 million in July. This shows how close the US presidential race has become, even though Donald Trump still has a narrow lead in key states. Harris's fundraising doubled Trump's $138.7 million for July. Her campaign now has $377 million, while Trump has $327 million. Since Joe Biden stepped aside on July 21, Harris has gained strong support. Tara Sitmeyer, an anti-Trump activist, compared Harris's momentum to Barack Obama's in 2008. On Friday, Harris secured enough delegates to become the Democratic nominee. Polls show Harris and Trump are very close, with Harris slightly ahead by 1.5%, according to 538.com. In battleground states, Trump still leads, but Harris is catching up. Public opinion strategists found tight races in 5 states. Harris leads in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Trump leads in Arizona and Nevada, and Michigan is tied. Harris needs to keep her momentum and avoid mistakes. She will soon choose a running mate and hold a rally in Philadelphia. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured enough delegate votes to win the Democratic presidential nomination, as announced by Democratic National Committee Chair Jamie Harrison on Friday. The official results will be announced Monday evening after the virtual voting process ends. Harris expressed her gratitude in a call with supporters, saying she will officially accept the nomination next week. If confirmed, Harris would be the first Black woman and first Indian American to secure a major party's presidential nomination. The Democratic delegates are conducting a pre-convention virtual vote to finalize their nomination before a ballot access deadline in Ohio next week. This vote was planned before President Joe Biden withdrew his re-election bid and endorsed Harris last month. Harris is running unopposed after Biden's withdrawal. The Democrats set up a quick nomination process, but no major candidates challenged Harris. Virtual voting for about 4,700 delegates started Thursday morning and will end at 6 p.m. ET on Monday. Harris's campaign reported she received more than the 2,000 and 350 votes needed to secure the nomination shortly after voting began. The official nomination will be confirmed once the virtual voting ends next week, with a ceremonial roll call at the convention in Chicago on August 19. A national Muslim group, the Black Muslim Leadership Council Fund, has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president. Salima Saswell, BMLC's founder, shared the news with NBC on Thursday. This makes BMLC the first Muslim group that was undecided to now support Harris. Saswell praised Harris for her empathy towards Gaza's people, noting she skipped Prime Minister Netanyahu's address to Congress and repeatedly called for a ceasefire. BMLC, which started in March, aims to push officials, including Biden, to call for a permanent ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas conflict. This endorsement is notable as many Muslims were unhappy with Biden's handling of the war and started the Abandon Biden campaign, urging voters not to support him. Harris's campaign thanked BMLC, highlighting her commitment to fighting Islamophobia and supporting Black Americans. Some Muslim groups remain undecided about Harris but are open to her if she differentiates from Biden on Middle East policy. Harris recently called for a 6-week ceasefire in Gaza and emphasized the humanitarian crisis there. She also met with Netanyahu, expressing support for Israel's right to defend itself while showing concern for Palestinians' suffering. The Democratic National Committee launched a new ad campaign on Friday, targeting Donald Trump for not committing to a debate with Kamala Harris. The ads, displayed on major local newspaper websites in states where Trump will campaign, claim the convicted felon is afraid to debate and question if it's due to his stance on abortion. The first ad appeared on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution's homepage before Trump's visit to Georgia. Trump won his June 27 debate with President Joe Biden, whose poor performance raised concerns about his age. After Biden dropped out on July 21 and backed Harris, Trump refused to debate Harris, saying she wasn't the official candidate. Former President Barack Obama endorsed Harris the next day. Recent polls show a close race between Harris and Trump, who had a bigger lead over Biden after the first debate. Trump suggested moving the September 10 debate to Fox News. While he told reporters he would debate Harris, he later gave mixed signals in an interview with Fox's Laura Ingraham at a rally. Harris urged Trump to reconsider. "Meet me on the debate stage. If you have got something to say it to my face," she said. Trump, confident in his poll lead, questioned the need for a debate. "Why should I do a debate? I'm leading in the polls and everybody knows her. Everybody knows me," he told Fox Business Network. The Trump campaign did not comment. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The new acting chief of the U.S. Secret Service, Ronald Rose, said local police in Pennsylvania should not be blamed for security failures before the assassination attempt on Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump last month. On Friday, Rowe stated that the responsibility for the lapse lies solely with the Secret Service, not with the local agencies that supported them in Butler on July 13. He admitted that the Secret Service should have had better coverage of the area, including the roof line. Earlier this week, Rowe had initially blamed local law enforcement for the security failure, but he has since reversed his stance. The incident, which marked the first shooting of a U.S. president or major party candidate in over 40 years, led to the resignation of former Secret Service Director Kimberly Churchill under bipartisan pressure from Congress. Thomas Crooks, 20 years old, was identified as the shooter. He owned a Trump in the right ear, killed one rally attendee and injured two others with an AR-15 style rifle. Law enforcement snipers later shot and killed Crooks. Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, will be sentenced on November 13 after being found guilty of federal gun charges. On June 11, a jury in Wilmington, Delaware, convicted him on 3 counts for lying about illegal drug use when buying a handgun in 2018. His sentencing will occur 8 days after the November 5 presidential election between Vice President Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. The sentencing guidelines for Hunter Biden's gun charges are 15 to 21 months. However, experts say similar cases often result in shorter sentences or no jail time if defendants follow pre-trial release terms. President Biden said he accepted the case's outcome. During the trial, prosecutors detailed Hunter Biden's struggles with alcohol and crack cocaine, which legally barred him from buying a gun. His lawyers argued he wasn't using drugs when he bought the gun and didn't intend to deceive. Hunter Biden also faces charges in California for failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes between 2016 and 2019 while spending millions on drugs, escorts, and luxury items. He has pleaded not guilty, and the trial is set for September 5 in Los Angeles. The U.S. Justice Department and the Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit against TikTok and its parent company ByteDance on Friday. The lawsuit accuses TikTok of repeatedly breaking the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The government alleges that TikTok collected data from millions of children under 13 and allowed them to interact with adults and adult content. According to the lawsuit, TikTok stored data like email addresses from users under 13, let them create regular accounts, and did not honor requests from parents to delete their children's accounts. FTC Chair Lina Khan criticized TikTok, saying the company endangered children's privacy and safety. TikTok responded, saying the allegations are inaccurate and outdated. They claimed they are working to protect children with features like age-appropriate experiences, screen time limits, and privacy protections. TikTok was previously sued in 2019 for COPPA violations. The new lawsuit filed in California claims TikTok failed to prevent underage users from interacting with the broader app and did not obtain parental consent. TikTok faces scrutiny over national security concerns and its handling of young users. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. On August 2, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado called for protests across the country to denounce President Nicolas Maduro's disputed re-election. The call came after Maduro was announced as the winner of the election on July 30, a result that contradicted pre-election polls and faced international criticism. Machado, who claimed to be in hiding and fearing for my life after the contested victory, said the election was fraudulent. She maintained that opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia was the true winner, with results showing him at 67% versus Maduro's 30% based on polling station data. The government's National Electoral Council declared Maduro the winner with 51% of the vote. Maduro claimed he had proof of his victory and was ready to present all the records. He accused Gonzalez Urrutia and Machado of having blood on their hands and suggested they should be imprisoned. Machado, barred from running by Maduro-loyal institutions, urged those against authoritarianism to support the Venezuelan cause. Gonzalez Urrutia assured his supporters on X, saying he would always defend their will and never leave them alone. Turkey blocked access to Instagram on Friday, citing the platform's failure to comply with the country's laws and rules. The ban followed accusations from a senior Turkish official that Instagram blocked condolence posts after the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, leader of Palestinian militant group Hamas. We warned Instagram about certain offenses. We expect rules to be followed, said Transportation and Infrastructure Minister Abdul Qadir. We intervene when legal rules and public sensitivities are disregarded. Our position is clear. Once they correct these issues, we will lift the ban. This country has laws and rules. The minister did not specify what the shortcomings were. Access to Instagram has been restricted in Turkey following a court order, according to Internet Observatory NetBlocks. On Wednesday, Turkish communications official Fahrettin Altan criticized Instagram for blocking condolence posts after Haniyeh's death. This is censorship, pure and simple, Altan said on X, previously known as Twitter. There was no immediate comment from Instagram's parent company, Meta Platforms Inc. Turkey's Information Technologies and Communication Authority published the decision on its website on August 2. Russian President Vladimir Putin greeted the children of recently freed Russian spies in Spanish, echoing a plot from the TV show The Americans. The spies, posing as Argentinians Ludwig Gish and Maria Rosa Mayer Munoz, were part of a prisoner swap. Their real names are Artem Viktorovich Dulcev and Anna Valerievna Dulceva. Putin greeted them warmly on the tarmac, offering flowers and hugs. He said Buenas noches to their children who had believed they were Argentinian and only learned they were Russian on the plane to Moscow. They were shocked to meet Putin, not knowing who he was. The Dulcevs, arrested in Slovenia for espionage, were swapped with other Russian prisoners for Americans, including journalist Ivan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan. Putin's actions emphasize his dedication to bringing back Russian agents, showing his commitment to his intelligence agencies. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov highlighted the sacrifices these spies make for Russia. The event, widely publicized, is intended to boost morale among Russian intelligence officers and reinforce Putin's image as a protector of his people. This act demonstrates Russia's loyalty to its agents and reinforces the importance of their work. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,162.26. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 330.97 points or 1.79%. Tokyo stock close price is 35,909.70. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 2,216.63 points or 5.81%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,905.34. The Shanghai index is decreased by 27.05 points or 0.92%. Hong Kong stock close price is 16,945.51. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 359.45 points or 2.08%. Bombay stock close price is 80,981.95. The Sensex index is decreased by 885.60 points or 1.08%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Morocco's soccer team defeated the United States 4-0 in the Olympic quarterfinals on Friday, ending America's hopes. Goals were scored by Alfian Rahimi, Ilyas Akomaj, Achraf Hakimi, and Mehdi Mahoub, thrilling the pro-Moroccan crowd at Parc des Princes. Rahimi scored first with a penalty in the 29th minute despite US goalkeeper Patrick Schick diving the right way. After halftime, Akomaj, Hakimi and Mahoub each added a goal, securing Morocco's victory. The US had some early chances like Paxton Aronson's missed cross in the 9th minute and Miles Robinson's near miss in the 59th minute. Overall, Morocco controlled 57% of possession and had 8 corner kicks compared to the US's 3. The US team's appearance in the knockout stage was an achievement. They started the tournament with a 3-0 loss to host France but bounced back with wins over New Zealand and Guinea. America has never won a men's soccer medal in the modern Olympic era. They last reached the quarterfinals in the 2000 Sydney Olympics and last appeared in the Olympics in Beijing in 2008. Serbia's Novak Djokovic defeated Italy's Lorenzo Musetti 6-4, 6-2 on Friday to reach his first Olympic final. The 37-year-old Djokovic, who has won 24 Grand Slam titles, is now just one match away from the gold medal, the only major prize missing from his illustrious career. He will face Spain's Carlos Alcaraz in the final on Sunday. During the high-quality match on court, Philippe Chatrier, Djokovic faced tough moments but stayed strong when it mattered most. This victory breaks his streak of losing 3 previous Olympic singles semi-finals. Musetti, the 11th seed, played well but couldn't overcome Djokovic. He will now compete against Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime for the bronze medal. The highly anticipated final between Djokovic and top-seeded Alcaraz promises to be a blockbuster clash. Djokovic, eager to complete his collection with an Olympic gold, will be giving his all against the young and talented Alcaraz. This match is set to be one of the highlights of the Olympics, with fans eagerly awaiting the outcome. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Kamala Harris campaign raises $310 million in July as presidential race is transformed. DNC chair says majority of delegates have voted to give Harris the Democratic nomination. Black Muslim group endorses Harris after its uncommitted stance on Biden. New ads calling Trump afraid to debate to follow him on campaign trail. U.S. Secret Service chief says local police not responsible for Trump shooting. Hunter Biden to be sentenced on November 13 after conviction on gun charges. US sues TikTok alleging millions of child privacy violations. Venezuela opposition calls mass protests. Turkey blocks access to Instagram for failure to comply with laws. Children of spies only discovered they were Russian on the plane to Moscow, Kremlin says. US shown the door by Morocco exits in quarterfinals of Olympic soccer. And tennis, Djokovic beats Musetti to set up Alcaraz final. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all LED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.